Hello, everyone. My name is Chuan. I'm a resident at Mayo Clinic, and I'm new as a YouTuber. I'm creating this channel, hopefully, to help candidates for their preparation for residency interview. And also, I hope to create a welcoming community for us to exchange knowledge and share experiences to help each other. So I would love to hear your feedback, the questions you would like to talk about. But as the first video, I'd like to talk about residency interview. The first question would be, why do we think we need an interview? What's the difference between interview from other materials? Like we put all our information in ERAS, our CV, personal statement, we have our letter of recommendation. So why do we still need an interview? From my understanding, I think I'd like to cover 3 points. The first one, I think one of the most significant difference is that interview is conversation-based. So instead of all the previous mentioned material like supporting things for our application, interview is really about conversation. So for all the previous materials, we sort of focus on ourselves. We showcase all our different abilities or personalities, but during interview, I think the primary thing I would to focus is on the person you are talking with and try to focus on the topic. So instead of showing all your different aspects of your achievement and personality, we may want to focus on what are the interests of the person we are talking with. What do we want to learn about us? So that is one thing I feel is very important, and it's a primary difference from what we already have in all our application materials. And the second point I want to cover about interview is that I think it is a two-way direction process, which is different from all the previous materials, which is like a one-way direction where the selection committee is viewing our materials. But during the interview, it is not only they are viewing us, but also we are viewing the programs. I think that is very helpful for me to like adjust my mindset during my residency interview, is that I feel it helps me to boost my confidence during the interview that I'm also evaluating the programs. So that is also important practically in terms of I sort of prepare a evaluation form for the programs like they do for us, I would assume. And then after, like, for example, 10 or 20 interviews we had during the whole interview season, and after each one, we have an evaluation for the programs, how the program, the curriculum, the teaching environment or learning environment, how their faculty, do we feel, are they supportive? Are they invested in teaching their resident? And how do we feel about the resident in their program? Are they in their happy version of themselves? So all these things we can put in our evaluation of the program. I think that is sort of helpful for me in a few ways. One thing is that after all the interviews, I might have already have a faint memory of what we were talking about during the interview. So this evaluation helps me to like remind myself what was my feeling during the interview. And that could be important for when I was making my ranking order list. And the second thing is that with all these informations recorded, when we want to reach out to our like top program using a letter of intent, we sort of have the materials that we can take advantage of. Like, for example, we can mention what happened during the interview day. What was the topic or the conversation that made us feel like we strongly belong to this program? So that type of letter could be more impelling if we have the details during their interview. So that is, I think, the second thing I want to cover. The last thing is that what are the programs really what do we want to view us? I think our achievement have been covered through our CV, personal statement, and a letter of recommendation, all those stuff. But I think that during the interview, the programs really want to look at one thing is what about our personality? In terms of the program director or the faculties, they may want to sort of learn whether this candidate is open-minded, is accepting knowledge, is trainable, whether the candidate could be succeed using all the resources our program could provide. So that is one thing. And the other is from the resident point of view, they may want to understand if the candidate if I would feel comfortable or happy to work with this candidate as my future colleague for example, 3 or 4 years. I think that is something during the interview, instead of the application materials, that the program can really learn from us. So that is, I think, my understanding of interview, why it is important, why it is still exists, although we have all the other very comprehensive application materials. Okay, I think this is my first video I want to cover. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you like it and hope you find it helpful. Thanks.